Welcome to the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra, and in today's video we are going to be doing a review of the Ostrant Stalingrad pre-painted 28mm bolt action terrain from Micro Studio. You try and say that 5 times quickly. We have been working with the Micro Arts guys for years at this point, and it's always a joy when we are contacted by them and they want us to take a look at their stuff. Now, they did send us this stuff for review, but that said, that doesn't buy them any slack. Giving us toys, we will not be brought. This will be an honest review of what we actually think of this stuff. And it's always interesting to see what they come up with. From when I first saw Micro Studio probably over a decade ago, as an Infinity player, they produced a lot of terrain that sort of fitted in that sphere, and it was MDF, and it was not pre-painted, and they had some resin scatter and stuff. From where they were to where they are, the evolution is incredible. It really is. But with this new stuff for Stalingrad, have they continued? Well, let's have a little bit of a chat about that first of all. This terrain is a challenge to put together. It's not that it's difficult, it's that you need 6 hands. It is large. I mean, this is one piece of the terrain here. This, for scale, next to the head, this is a big piece of terrain. Now that's great. Thematic, fantastic. You know, interior's done, exterior's done. Great. You try storing that. Because the thing about this is, because this is pre-painted, you don't want this bouncing up against anything. If it bounces up against other things, the paint's going to chip. This is not great. This is a problem. So you have to store this with care. You can't just stick it in a drawer, lob it on a shelf, chuck it in a box. It doesn't respond to that too well over time. And my God, this stuff is not cheap. A full set, a full bundle of their terrain. Now it contains 26 different sets for this system, but a full set of 26 elements from this range is €775 at a bundle price. 775. Now that will cover your 6x4 bolt action terrain and make it look like Stalingrad. You will literally find Jude Law in a fountain with a sniper rifle in that terrain. He will be there somewhere. He's not part of the set. You don't buy him, but he will appear. It will happen. 28mm. Boom. There. That's how good this stuff is. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. It's not cheap. But it's also not cheap, because the reason that this stuff takes a while to put together is that the attention to detail, the quality, the options, because there are options to customize this, is amazing. Inside each of the shattered windows that you will see in this piece of terrain, there is a piece of plastic that corresponds to the exact damaged window frame, so that the cracks in the glass and the holes in the glass match with the damage to the frame. And there are multiple frames for each set, so you're not stuck with one set of frames only for your building. You have different options. You will have spares. You will have ways you can customize it and make it look a bit different. There is a factory. Inside the factory, there is a damaged hull for a tank. It's parked during construction. It's not completed yet, but it's there. It's all rusted and damaged and shot to hell. There are, on the walls of these buildings, we have posters. There's weathering. This is just incredibly detailed stuff, and it has character and it has feeling of place. This is not wooden boxes. This is not wooden boxes that you will use to represent. When you've taken the time to put this terrain together, and it will take you time, like I say, and you will need an extra pair of hands. The instructions, as ever with Micro Art Studios, are guidelines more than instructions. It's kind of put these 4 pieces together and then balance that one on top with some glue. How many hands do I have? Last time I checked 2, not 6, but anyway. When you have finished any of this terrain, and you've glued it together, it goes together fine with normal wood glue. No issues whatsoever, including the windows as well. They glue on fine with it. It's game ready. This is pre-painted. This is pre-painted with character. This is pre-painted with quality. The only thing you need to add to this is a battle mat and some miniatures, and you're away. €775 is pretty damn expensive for a set of terrain. But for this, damned if it ain't worth it. I would say that the range of this specific Ostfront Stalingrad, there's also a standard Ostfront, which is more the countryside of Russia during the midpoint of the Second World War, and we have a set of that there's going to be a review for that coming up soon as well. But with this terrain set, it is very much of the place. The damage, the structure, you can see the attention to detail that's gone into it. And it is the touches, like you have a left and a right hand side of a school, you have a left and a right hand side of a factory, and they are two separate sets, but they fit together seamlessly. When you've built them, you can slide them together and pretty much not see the gap, so they become a single large building. Or you can split them apart and you've got two ruins. That's genius. I mean, yes, you're going to have to buy two sets to do it, but that's not always the case. There's buildings in here that are the front and back of a house, or they are two separate houses that have been destroyed. It's entirely up to you. And that level of options and customization, the great thing about that is you're not buying a large Soviet era, Second World War, Stalingrad factory. It's none of that. It is a piece of terrain that you can use flexibly. You're not just going to stick this sort of rectangle building on the table. You can stick it in two parts and move it around. You've got the tank to go with it as well, the little bit of terrain that goes with the factory. It gives you this flexibility of how you set your tables up, and that is one of the key things. So many sets of terrain that I've seen are large rectangular boxes, sometimes beautifully pre-painted, but there is a finite number of ways they go together. There is a certain number of stories you can tell with that. By making these buildings crack in half, you've doubled your options per building. It can be together, it can be apart, it can be different sides of the table. And because you have the flexibility to move it around so much, it's not obvious that it's just two halves of the same building, if you see what I mean. If it's on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, you've got to look for that and go, oh yeah, that could fix together, doesn't it? I think, you know, with the price point, these are not cheap, but they're not cheap. I would say that they offer value for money. If you are like me, somebody who doesn't enjoy making terrain, doesn't enjoy painting terrain, doesn't enjoy weathering terrain, does not want to do that, this stuff is perfect. You have got, for a full set of terrain, for a full table, you've got a day or two's work. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take you a day or two to put them together, to clean up the joints. If you want to, you can colour them in so they completely disappear. Then you need to glue it all together, probably in subsections, just let it dry so it's nice and strong before you add the extra bits and all the rest of it. You've got all that ahead of you. That's going to take a while. But when that little mission is done, your table is done. You are ready. You are good to go. And as I say, if you're like me and you don't take any joy from creating terrain and that kind of stuff, this is the best I have seen from the perspective of flexibility, quality, design, and just thought they've put into it. So yeah, if you are looking at bolt action, you want to do the Ostfront, if you want to do Barbarossa, or anything around that sort of Bagration or that kind of era, the mid-war era, if you're doing Conflict 47 and you want to get your Ruskies out in their proper natural habitat, I would say this terrain, you're not going to find better. There simply isn't better in the marketplace at the moment. This is the god tier A grade stuff, and you can tell it is because this has been, so understand it, this is licensed by Warlord. This is bolt action approved terrain. This is what Warlord themselves say is the stuff, and they're not wrong. So you'll find links to the full range in the description below, but let me know what you think. How do you think about this design? How do you think about the look? Is this the kind of terrain that you're looking for? What other things would you add to it? Would you like to see Microart add to this specific Stalingrad range to expand on it, to make it even more pretty, apart from a discount? I see you in the comments with the discount. I hear you, but trust me, it's worth it. Definitely worth it. Thank you again to Micro Studio, and thank you to our members and Patreons for supporting what we're doing. You guys are doing fantastically at helping us produce even more content and stuff and ideas and fluff and all this kind of thing out to the wide world and the internet. So if you can join them, it's less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month, and then there's even more Dice Gods available to and for you. If you can't do that, please do like, share, and subscribe, because it gets the word out there, and algorithm and blah 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 blah. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. Look forward to more bolt action stuff coming soon. Take care and goodbye.